Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Indie Gamer, and welcome to Risk of Rain, a kind of old indie game where your character's main objective is you're a spacefarer who's on this ship just traveling through space, carrying a lot of people to different places for different reasons. Kind of unknown, that's left vague. But your spaceship crash lands on this crazy planet full of tons of hostile creatures that want to kill you, and you must find your way back to your ship to escape this desolate planet full of death. You get to pick one of 10, actually, is it 10 or is it? Yeah, it's 12 now. 12 classes. That's per a patch that occurred a while back. Um, all of these classes, though, except for one, are locked at the beginning of the game. The class that is not locked is this one, the Commando. He has your basic kind of shoot and move mechanics about him. The trick is every other class has different mechanics. Those classes must be unlocked in various ways, from completing challenges, just randomly finding them in levels when you play the game, either in co-op or solo. Yes, there is co-op in this game, up to 4 supported. It is moddable, though, to where you can play with multiple other people. All none of those mods are official. You can do it. I'm not here endorsing anything, but if you want to play with 12 people, it is possible. Google it. I'm not telling you how. Today we will be playing a solo playthrough, though, and unfortunately, just because the Commando, unfortunately, is one of my worst classes, I suck the most with him. It's just something that happens when you play this game like I do. We're going to be playing with one of my preferred classes, the Chef. He's actually one of the newest classes in the game. He's incredibly powerful. Don't expect your first playthrough to look like it does with this guy. Outside of picking your class, there's 2 other things you can choose upon the beginning of the game. That is the difficulty, which it defaults you to Rainstorm, which is normal mode. This is way you should play the game in the beginning because it's the best way to learn what this game is like at the beginning. You also have Drizzle mode, which is easy mode. If you notice, there's a red line here that says progress is not saved in this mode. There is a reason for that. You get no achievements, and your high scores are not saved here. This is basically if you just want to screw around, have some fun, and not really care too much about actually just beating the game. This is the mode you want to go for. Other than that, stick with the. You also have Monsoon mode, hardcore players. The reason it says hardcore players is because you really do want to be good at this game to do Monsoon. The enemies are way tougher, they hit you much harder, it takes much more to kill them, and it's just generally all around a much tougher experience. I recommend for anyone for the first time playing this game, the only thing you want to do is Rainstorm. It'll teach you the game. The second thing you learn upon picking this game is that there's these fun little things called artifacts. At the beginning of the game, you will know what none of these are. They're just these weird things that show up on the character selection screen. You don't know what they are. Once you begin discovering what they are fun little things that if you find them in game, do crazy shit. Like this one, makes every enemy spawn as an elite. Elites are tougher versions of the standard enemies. If you've played any MMO within the past God knows how long, you know what an elite mob is. Makes everything elites. Makes it much harder. You also have things like this. Only one enemy type spawns per stage. Preferably one of my more favorite ones, because here's the fun thing. When you use something like this, bosses don't spawn, because it picks an enemy type, and that type will be one of quite a few. There's a lot of different enemies in this game, but the enemy type will literally be the only thing that shows up. And it will not pick bosses as a type, so you basically will never see bosses. But today what we were playing with is Glass. 500% damage but 10% health. Basically it means I'm going to die very, very fast today, but I'm going to deal a lot of damage. The reason for that, we need to speedrun this bitch, and we're going to do it. The second one is Sacrifice. Chests no longer spawn. Chests appear in this game as a way to get items which improve your character's abilities. We'll get way more into detail on that when we start playing the game. But monsters drop their items. So basically, instead of having to find chests, there's a chance that every mob will just drop an item in this game. And again, items improve your stats. We'll get into that once we get into this. And Command. That allows me to choose whatever item I pick when playing the game. Much more detail later. But again, let's get into this and show you what this game is about. Welcome to Stage 1, Desolate Forest. Now, if you notice my character, he's very small. He moves kind of slow-like, but the cool thing about him is he throws knives. And every character has 4 different abilities that they do. They have a basic attack. This guy's basic attack is to throw knives. The fun thing about these knives is they not only shoot forward, but if you notice, they're coming back to me. They will hit twice because they will hit once upon the initial impact going forward, and if they pass through the enemy, they will then hit them twice on the bounce back, which is very nice. His second skill shoots fire out of his chest. It's doesn't do a lot of damage, but the reason it's insanely effective is it causes a knockback to all enemies. If an enemy gets knocked back, well, again, if you've played any MMO, you know why knockback is good. Pushes them back, they can't move for a second, you get a chance to just do something. His third attack, which I'm waiting to see an enemy for, because that's what you want to do it for, that is not the enemy, though, we want to see. This is a jellyfish. Most annoying enemy in the game, in my opinion. They are a pain in the ass. Let's do it. That move, right there, where I just kind of ran fast, shoots oil out of the bottom of this guy. That's his crazy move. Yeah, and the reason that's cool is if they're oiled and you burn them with fire, they take a lot more damage. As you notice, he just died in 1 hit. So, yeah. Now, the objective of every level is to find a teleporter. Teleporter allows you to go to the next stage. The teleporter is in a weird location right here. I don't know why it's here. It's this thing. Press A, activate. We're going to do that. Now, as you noticed, a timer showed up. So did a boss. There's a reason for that. Every time you activate a teleporter, you start a timer. If you notice, that timer is now appearing above my character's head. 15, 16. We have to survive 90 seconds without taking damage. That is the objective of every level. Find the teleporter, survive its timer, go to the next stage. If you do so, well, you get the objectives. The objective of the entire game is to make it through at least 6 of these and get to the final stage, which is your crashed ship. Defeat the boss that is waiting there and escape the planet. If you do so, you win the game. That's it. You beat Risk of Rain. The trick is, as you notice in the top right, there is a timer on this game. We're about 3 minutes in right now, let's just say that. That timer plays importance because the thing is, as you notice as well, there's a thing that says difficulty below it. The difficulty in this game increases constantly the longer you play the game, meaning the more time we spend on this playthrough, the harder the game is just going to get in general. So, there's a thing about managing staying in a level long enough to farm enemies, as well as the mechanic of needing to get out of the stage fast enough so that it doesn't become incredibly hard and impossible to beat. Now, the only other thing I'll say at the beginning for now on this level is that these boxes that are showing up, these are your items if you're playing with that thing I had called Command. And items give you crazy different benefits. Like that one gives you maximum health. This one I'm about to pick up makes me run faster. So now I move a little bit quicker, which is amazing in this game because all of your really good benefits that you're going to get from playing this game further and further into the end game come from the fact these items are incredibly powerful. Some of them do crazy things. Some of them allow you to shoot laser beams. Some of them allow you to just like double, triple, quadruple jump. Like you can, if you can think of it, you can probably do it. Shoot faster, run faster, just do more damage, have crazy ass powers that do all kinds of crazy things in this game. And that's the big boost to it, is that there's a lot of weird items that you'll get. Like, we'll pick up one of my more favorite ones now, and we'll go with the fireworks. Every time I open up an item from this point on in the game, a bunch of rockets are going to shoot out of that chest and attack anything that's around it. You will see that eventually soon. That is just one of the crazier things that can occur in this game. Now, the only downside to this game is when you get levels where you end up searching for so long to find the exits. And that could be one of these right here. We do not know how long we're going to have to go to find the exit. It could be anywhere in this level. Literally anywhere. It could be up, down, left, right, top, bottom. We just have no clue. So Yeah, that's kind of what happens here. We have to fight enemies off while we find these teleporters. Oh god, the mushroom guys suck. Those purple clouds, if I'm sure you noticed them, showing up near those guys, are actually poisonous and will slowly deal damage to you over time every second that you're near them. You don't want to stay near them. If it wasn't obvious from that. Oh my god, where's this teleporter? We want it so bad. And that is another thing. The stages in this game can be quite large, as I'm sure you can tell right now. That can make finding these teleporters quite difficult from time to time. Because you could literally explore this entire freaking level and still end up not realizing that it's in the most like obscure tiny place you've ever seen. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Get the kill. This is one of those times where it becomes a matter of questioning how much do you kill versus how much time are you spending in a stage. We're going to spend a lot of time here, so we need to kill. There's our teleporter. So we hit it, quit it. Oh, these guys are fun. These nice one-eyed enemies that I'm killing, they teleport. Oh god, not you again. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Okay, made it out of that alive. This guy drops a green. There's one item I'm taking. This one. The infusion. The reason I took this item is, in my opinion, it's the best item in the game. If you ever get a chance to get this item, get it. What it will do for you is every time you kill an enemy in this game, your health permanently increases by 1. Now, I know that sounds kind of like, well, what the hell? 1 HP? What is that? Like, why is 1 HP important? Well, think about it in the terms of you're going to kill several hundred enemies a playthrough. That is several hundred extra HP. That's a good 2 to 3 hits on the last boss, depending on how long you play the game before you fight the last boss. And yes, that is actually an option in this game. That's the craziest thing about it. One of the cool facts about this game, which is one of the biggest reasons I've played it so much as I have, is that to beat this game, you have to choose to go to the last level of the game. And by that I mean when you get to the teleporter to leave the stage, you don't have to leave the stage and go to the last boss. You can leave the stage and return to the previous stages you've played. The first time you do this, it will just send you back to the first level of the game. And it will repeat the process every time you choose not to pick the last boss stage over and over and over, repeating the levels of the game for literally as long as you want. You could play this game for 4, 10, 12, hell, 150 hours straight if you really wanted to. I don't know why you'd play it quite that long straight, but you could. I've played quite a few endurance sessions myself. Me and a couple of buddies have played 4 or 5 hour sessions before, but eventually it will get to a point where the game just won't be able to run regardless of what kind of system you have, because the mechanics of it are that it will continuously increase the number of spawns and the difficulty of those spawns to kill as time goes on, regardless of how much time it is that goes on. You could play for, oh my god, I can't believe wow, eating my inputs. Thank you, game. That will happen from time to time. But anyway, it's one of those games that can go on forever if you want it to. But again, eventually, like, even the best system in the world will just not be able to handle what the game is putting out. We don't need that because we've already got an item of that color, which is orange, which is another item I didn't describe, which is the item that I now have that says use. It's the special item of the game, so to speak. It has a ridiculously long cooldown, but an insanely good ability depending on what it is. And again, there are multiple multiple use items in this game, just like there are multiple versions of every item in this game. And there are 4 types. They're differentiated by the color of them. One is white, one is green, one is orange, one is red. Red are the rarest types of items you'll see, and they usually provide the biggest bonus, considering they're the rarest type of item that you'll see. Again, this game is rarer is better, is the best way to put it. Words hard today. So if you can find a red item, it's basically in your best interest to get it. Don't let it sit around. Grab that thing immediately. Any of them are going to be good. Some of them may be slightly better than others. Yes, that is just a thing that happens. There are some versions of an item that will be better. There's going to be some whites that suck, like this one, which is Mysterious Vial, is like good, but not the best thing you'll ever see. There are others, like the hoof that I currently have. It looks like a sheep hoof. That one is amazing, just because of the fact that it provides a straight-up buff to your character, which is a speed buff. Oh, yay. We got a boss, and he spawned below us. That's kind of bad, which means we're going to get a lot of enemies up top, usually. Yep, as soon as I try to touch the item, there he is. And another one, and another one. Oh, dear God. Can I pick this? Yes. Ah! Yes, okay. So we're doing good. We're doing good. I think we're just going to leave the boss alone for now, because another one shouldn't spawn as long as he's here. And just try to keep everything off of us until the timer expires. Then go mess with him and his little buddies down there. Because we've still got our use item, which is a very good position to be in. You will deal a ton of damage to this guy right now. That's the best thing you can do. Yep, more shit spawning. Of course. Always going to keep spawning. Come on. Give me them levels. Alright, let's do it. Whoo. Oh, yeah. Oh, he dropped the red item. That's really nice. We're going to take Alien Head. Every skills cooldown now gets reduced, so that's pretty amazing. Oh, you're still... Oh, wow. Now we can get out of here. The last enemy's dead. We don't need that orange item again because we already have it. So we're off to the next stage. Oh, one of the better ones, guys. You get one of the best stages in the game, the Hive Cluster. And I say best with, complete sarcasm. This stage is evil. It's evil, but it's one of the possible options. This is a good sign, though, because when you get here, this means that you are 2 stages away from the end of the game. And the next 2 stages, if you choose to just straight up progress forward, which for one of them you have to, but the other one you don't, you will know exactly what you're going to get. Problem is, this is one of the worst ones to find the teleporter, because it's rather big. Uh-oh. Purple fire. No. No. Uh-oh. We just hit hard difficulty. You know what? Fuck them. There we go. Come on. Kill it. Yeah, baby. The boss is dead. What do we get? Oh, there were 2 items there. Okay. That's one weird thing that will happen occasionally. 2, the items will stack on top of each other. That sucks. Because if you don't know they are, you will accidentally pick something that you do not want. It is possible to maneuver them to where you will get something good every single time, but depending on what the stack is, that can take some precise movements, which you might not have time for if you're in the process of being attacked. If you're not, go for it. If you are, be very, very careful. We're going to go for this feather, because that's really awesome. Double jump. Yeah, that's amazing. We got a double jump. We can jump twice as much, twice as high. And we're getting very close to the end of this stage. Only a few more seconds to go on our timer. Whoa. That really shot them back. What do we want? Yeah, give me a teddy bear. That's really good. Just reduces damage straight up. That's a great item. What? What? Oh, come on, bat. Let's get out of here. Next. And we are off to the 4th level, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Temple of the Elders. This stage is quite tricky because it can spawn you in so many different places, but it will have a similar layout every time. And by that I mean that the area we're in right now, which is considered the temple, will always be here. It will have a different layout of how the rope system and everything's set up to climb it, but it will always be here. So you know this is going to be here, and you also know that the stage will be very linear outside of this. It will basically be a straight run across. So if you don't see it inside, your best bet is to just check up if it's not there, which ironically it is. Hey, we'll hit it. If it's not up at the very top here, you just want to kind of like just run straight across whatever side is currently exposed to you, whether it be left or right. And this boss is somewhere I gotta get to. Where is this boss at? Oh God. I don't like this boss. It's not good. Not on this stage. Not with these enemies. Oh God. Okay. Oh. After a minute of focusing there, I think we're okay. Nope, we're still being chased and shot at constantly. Oh dear God. Is there a white item here? Oh dear God, give me HP. Thank you. Whew. Oh, wow. That's a lot of guys. Whew. Oh. Where the rest of these guys at? It says there's 8 guys left. They really all down here? No, they're not. So, what's going on? What's going on? Why is he still jumping? Land! Oh, they're above me. Of course they are. Let's get a tooth. 4, 3. Elite enemies suck. What did I miss? Where did you come from? Wow, how did all these guys get away from me? Oh. Yeah, let's stack faster. That's a good one. So now we can finally get out of here. We're about to be on to the last level of the game. Or maybe not. We gotta go the long way around for some reason. The game is suddenly not liking us now that we're near the end of it. Why does that not surprise me? Now that it knows we're gonna beat it, it's like, no, fuck you. Oh, come on. Okay, fuck this. We're going the long way. Whee! 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 At least it does make it go slightly faster. It's not a complete waste of time at the very least. And here's the thing. Last stage, you can either go to the final level or visit previous levels. We're not going to visit any previous levels this time. We might in a future run, but now we're just going to go kill the last boss and show you what this game is all about. Welcome to Risk of Rain. This level has several timed gates. Each one must be activated, and each one lasts a different amount of time. There's some that are 30 seconds, some that are 60. Yeah, I believe it's 60. And as you noticed, some of these enemies, at least the jellyfish ones, at this level, you can get sort of quote-unquote mini-bosses, where the enemies you're encountering on the regular just do boss moves. The jellyfish here will shoot the orbs like the boss does every single attack. It's not fun. Now, once you get out of the main room, you basically want to figure out where you're at and just immediately head to the right. That's the only thing you want to do, because there will be more doors you need to press. Like here, we can go to the right. Let's go to the right. And there are quite a bit of things you can explore in your ship as well, which we will do now. We have the second door active. As you can see, there's these big ladders here. If you go down, you'll find these two rooms, a medical bay and a cabin. The medical bay has some healing items and a thing called a medical bed. If you can activate it, which you need a key card to do, you can find key cards randomly in this level. Literally randomly. They can be dropped from enemies, or they can show up in special containers. If you get the medical bay, there will be an item during the final boss fight that will heal you once every so often. I'm not exactly sure what the timer is. The cabin has a room with a couple of chests in it, so you can get some free loot in it. Also requires a key card to access. There are also two rooms up top as well that are required with key cards. You have the armory and storage. Storage is just full of like chests and free items, and the armory has this big thing in red right here that you can see. That big thing is a gun, and if you get that, it will appear during the final boss fight, and as well, deal massive amounts of damage to the final boss whenever you use it. It again is on a timer like the medical bed though, so it's kind of an iffy thing on whether you want to get it, because it really depends on how often you're going to use it against the boss. Is it going to be something that's going to get you a lot of DPS, or is it just like a one-time use like gimmick like ha 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 ha? Because if so, don't stress it. Just kill the boss if it's faster. A lot of times it will be. That's the funny thing. Sometimes the key cards just won't come to you. Like right now, I really don't have any key cards, but at the same time, I am now entering the final boss fight because that is the last door. There we go. We are about to fight the final boss of the game. There are 3 phases to this boss. Her name is Providence. First thing we do, summon robots. We just let them kind of shoot her for a little bit while we just tuck and roll, tuck and roll, tuck and roll. Now that she isn't taking damage from them, we get that shield up. That shield is perfect. Now we can just sit here. The reason we just sit here is because when she has that shield up, which you can see above her head, she will only take 1 damage from any move, no matter what it is. 1 damage. You never want to hit her while she has that active. It's just stupid. You don't do it. So basically, you hit her with other things. And as you can see, her health bar at the top is quite massive. She currently has 18,000 health. She will have the most health out of any single thing you fight in the game, constantly, no matter what you do, because there's a trick to her, and that is the longer your game has gone on, the more health she's going to have. So she will always be a challenge. She will. Doesn't matter what you do. You can make yourself as powerful as you want, play as long as you want. She will always have an appropriate amount of health to challenge you. It's kind of fun, but at the same time makes her a very difficult boss to kill. As you can see, she's got several different moves. This one I'm running from right now, I call it the purple spheres. They suck so bad, they deal massive amounts of damage. I believe it's correspondent in some way to your health, although I'm not exactly sure what way. She can swing her sword, she can teleport, and she can shoot out fireballs from both sides. When you kill her, the fight is not over. Now the real fight begins. You have these motherfuckers. I call them the worms. They suck, because they will most likely kill you. They deal so much damage. There's 2 of them, and it's impossible to avoid them. But if you can do that, you can annihilate them. Most people can't do that, though. This class exclusively has the ability to do that. And that's it. I just died. Wow. Yep. That is the final boss, at least, so you can kill her. Again, this is Risk of Rain. It's a tough game, but it is very fun. Again, there's a lot of replayability. The next time we play this game, it will not look anywhere, well, it may look a little bit, but it won't look like what we just did. The stages might be different, most likely will be. The bosses we see could be different. The enemies we see could be different. Everything could be changed. The items we see will be different. But I do hope you have enjoyed this little exploration into an indie game I've been a fan of for a while called Risk of Rain. And if so, hit that like button. It helps a lot. And subscribe if you enjoy what you see on the channel. But until next time, I hope y'all have a lovely day. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.